Hey everyone, Waddler-D. We're back for more Mega Man X soft type, and we are going to be taking it to Sigma in the finale. And it's just a big tower climb with the boss gauntlet. We've had so many of these in the final stages, and it's not getting old anytime soon. But here's the thing, it's literally just a tower climb. There's nothing more that you have to do. You can grind with using rolling shield and just charging up and just sitting on that pipe, but I don't have that option. I'm going to try to do this without pausing, because I've learned of a glitch a while back, and the glitch is triggered by pausing. So whenever I need to press the start button, it makes this message box full of artifact and lines and BS, and it's not good. It's not pleasant to see. I kind of want to end this raw modification on a good note, because these final bosses are pretty neat. Not gonna lie. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to fight 3 bosses. And they're not easy. They're actually pretty dicey. Velgarder being the first of 3. And what we're gonna have to do is we're going to wait to have him jump over us, and then we're gonna hit him with a charge shot. This fight, I highly recommend you use the X-Buster for, mainly because of what you can do with it. See how I just knocked him out of the air? That is how you're going to deal with Velgarder if you want to have a good time. Because your level 2 and level 3 charges will knock him out of anything. A dive, an attack, it helps. So preferably what you want him to do is you want him to wall jump with you, because it opens him up quite easily. If he starts shooting flames up the wall, which is pretty much the only way he's going to hit you if he's on the ground like that, jump off of immediately, because you're going to have problems. And you can fight him on the ground. I would not recommend it, mainly because of this. He just is all over you, and he has very nasty attacks that could trick you up and get you taking unnecessary damage. Sigma, of course, is going to be pretty pissed off that we just took out his dog like nobody's business, and he's going to reveal something very stunning to us. He's a Star Wars fan, and he invented the charges towards you tactics. You do not want to be on the same level as Sigma, otherwise you're going to die. He does so much damn damage with his saber that you don't want to contest that. You just want to stick to the wall, because he does some really dumb things when he's on the wall. However, there are some things you must note about your charge shots that you really want to be very aware of. If you use the level 2-3 charge shot in the air, you're going to stop dead, and then you're going to run into this issue of taking damage, because for some reason it just puts you in perfect setup with Sigma. You can pull it off without taking damage, it's just very fickle timing. You could also slide down the wall and shoot him with it, and you won't have to worry about getting kneed in the face, but it does provide a bit of daring. Like, you really don't want to deal with that. And of course, if you're feeling like you don't want to put up with any of that, you can just use Electric Spark. Kills him pretty quickly, does 2 damage each shot, just like before. I just enjoy the fact that Sigma takes more damage now. Especially this form. This is the final boss of this modification, as you would expect, and it is definitely one of the hardest. That attack is probably the hardest one to dodge. Of course, you have Flamethrower, which does a tremendous amount of damage. You don't want to get hit by that. So here's the changes of this fight. Aside from the damage, that attack can actually hit you when you're on these platforms, as you just saw. That was weird. The strategy here is just basically toe stand on these platforms and shoot them with level 3 charge shots, because it does 2 bars of damage now, which is great. If he gives you an opportunity to hit him in the head with an Hadouken, you can do that. It does damage. Oh, you're being very generous there, Sigma. Okay, we get it. We get it. But this fight can go really well, or just exactly like that. Getting blasted in the face with the plasma bolt. Very, very rough fight. And unfortunately, I have to do it perfectly. Otherwise, well, we're going to have an ending where we have lines all over the place. And I kind of don't want that. I kind of want to show off this modification in the best way possible. So what we're going to do is, since you know how to fight these two bosses, we're just going to blaze through all the fights and just go right back to the final Sigma. It might take one attempt, it might take multiple attempts, we'll see. But my preference is having full health for the final fight, because I'll need all of it. I'll need every single unit of life for this fight.
You dare bring light to my lair? You must die!
If there's one thing I can say about him is I used to really like him a lot, but over time he kind of becomes really a bit of a... What the f... Okay, that's a nice way to just knock me... Oh my god, please! Until you realize, oh, I should probably be using Rolling Shield. Not so much in this case, mainly because of the fact that you can do the same amount of damage. Can you stop with that? Oh crap, this is bad, this is bad. This is really bad.
Die!
God. I'm telling you, this can get really, really dicey for you. Unfortunately, I cannot use my Hadouken to help me out here. Asshole. Asshole. Oh my gosh, kill me already, damn.
Die! Die!
Ugh. You can use Rolling Shield, which honestly I'm going to definitely do at this point, because you just have to make sure to land your mark. And not get hit by the damn plasma bolt that comes out of thin air. Jeez.
Oh my god, Sigma.
Alright, so Sigma hands and face boss. My recommendation to take this guy on is to definitely use the roll.
You must die!
Yep, just gonna take that and die. Damn it! I'm just gonna shut up now. Like, I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna play, and then I'm gonna post commentary. Damn it!
Die!
Yep, gonna take the hit.
Oh my god, calm the hell on.
Thanks, game. I really love getting slammed into the fucking corner of the screen. God.
You must die!
Alright, Sigma, do your freaking charge towards you slashes for half my health.
Your face!
That did not go as well as I hoped, but honestly, I think I fully understand how to fight these damn bosses now after getting my face floored again and again and again. We're going to talk some about the bosses, but mostly about this modification. Thing about Velgarder, all I have to say is don't forget about your Hadouken. This fight is easily the thing that can break your chances of the later two fights, because once you take a bit of damage, Velgarder does a damn good job killing you. So if you can throw out an Hadouken, please do, because look how much damage it does, and look how much dead he is right now. Sigma is not really difficult per se, but execution is absolutely crucial for this fight. Mainly because of the pattern. The pattern is pretty much all you have, because if you try to fight him on the ground, he's pretty much dead. One thing that makes me not enjoy this fight is how repetitive it can be. Look how it just goes. It's just a matter of hugging the wall for the rest of the fight. And hoping to God he doesn't land on you while you shoot charge shots at him, or electric spark. One thing I feel like that this boss could have gotten to improve him through much of the fight is being able to shoot his little shot where he shoots like these bullets from his forehead. in the original and here, he just shoots them downward in a freaking down to forward formation. It's really pointless. If he were to do it like upward and then cover the wall you're on, that would make this fight a lot more interesting, but it's Sigma just being freaking Sigma, and there's nothing I can do about it. Easily one of the most annoying fights in the game, if you have to do it about 10 freaking times. But Wolf Sigma, man, Wolf Sigma is the king of killing you. I mean, the damage that he does, the unpredictability behind his moves, easily the most threatening thing in the game. You will probably be using a sub-tank against this guy, and that's the only way you can dodge that particular attack. All I can recommend here is to be very active, but also very persistent. Keep rolling shield on his face at all times if you can. And if you ever get an opportunity where you have full HP, and you basically have the claw be your... That's not the place. Have your claw be your best friend for a moment, you can do about 1/4 of this guy's HP and damage, which is pretty impressive. Absolutely the best thing you could do for yourself here, but if you can't, just stick to rolling shield and try not to get hit by that damn attack. I really hate the plasma bull so much, because you literally have no warning. He just has a flash in his eyes for half a second, and that's your only cue. And you're just like thinking, is it going to be the flamethrower? That was probably it. That was going to be the shot that would kill me. Nevertheless, Sigma is beheaded, and we are finally freaking done with this. Without any glitchery. That was the entire goal of this, to see this text box actually be nice and clean. Because every other time, I always had to use a sub-tank. Honestly, the first time I did a recording of this, I beat these 3 guys without dying. And before that, I died a bunch in terms of practicing and just getting good at it. This is easily the hardest fight in the game. Like, the hardest stretch of bosses, hardest fight. And that's why we need to talk about Heart Hunt's soft type. This is actually a subtype or a subset of a different modification that Heart Hunt did. He made a hard type hack, which actually modifies the stages and some of the mechanics that we have been going through. This one just focuses on those mechanics, which basically means more damage from the enemies, faster enemies to some degree. Along with the bosses, they have more damage and they do some things faster. And, of course, you having less sub-tank energy and all that good stuff. I can say without a doubt that this is a pretty good experience if you're looking for a challenge. And to be fair, I really enjoyed every little bit of it, even though the last couple of things were like, oh my god, please die, please die. That's how I was feeling because of what challenge I decided to throw myself into. And I definitely went through the blender for a bit, but the things that bug me about this modification are the level 3 charge shot doing this really funky physics thing in the air, which for some reason Mega Man is on the ground supposedly for half a second, and it stops your momentum to a point where it becomes a big issue in some later fights, mainly Sigma, god, and definitely Flame Mammoth, jeez. Other than that, that was probably my biggest issue. The other one was the graphical glitches. I'm trying to think what else. Maybe some changes that could have been done, and you killed frickin' Storm Eagle's reputation. Why the hell did you make him so pathetic? Please ask me, or please tell me this, Heart Hunt. I want to know. But there were some good things that came from this. For one thing, it made me understand the importance of just not just running through a game like it's a Mega Man X game. Consequences are definitely there, and it definitely made sense to try not to be sloppy because it would kill you quick. The only problem with that is that you had infinite lives, so it didn't really matter as much if you screwed up. You would always start in a particular spot. The last couple of stages, it really started to cut down on you a little bit, but Like, throughout the game, you would just be like, oh, I died on frickin' halfway through the stage. I'll be fine. I'll just die again, and then boom, I'm right here with full health. I kind of wanted to play this with live, so that way I could understand how it would be if it was just like Mega Man X, like vanilla Mega Man X. Bosses, let's talk about them real quick. Why are you so buffed up, bud? Why do you have no weakness? Launch Octopus, I don't think you can really change, except for that drain touch where he drags you in. Most disappointing boss in this entire thing. Actually like him a lot. The whole 2 damage, or being able to do more damage with your X-Buster is great. Most improved boss. Sting Chameleon, this modification allowed me to appreciate him more because of the strategic idea behind him. Spark Mandrill is just literally Spark Mandrill-er. And Boomer Kawanger, pretty much mediocre. Bio was definitely a lot more threatening. Definitely kicked my ass a lot more. And Sigma was, god frickin' Sigma, jeez. Zero, don't die. Please don't. We need you in the 5th game that we're going to be playing here soon. Speaking of, yeah, we're going to be doing that, but let's end this modification talk off. I really recommend, guys, if you're looking for a challenge, consider this. Give it a shot. See what you think about it. And if you don't, here's what I would recommend in terms of challenging yourself to the fullest in the original game. For one, you should play the game with no heart tanks, no sub tanks, and just the leg parts. That's the most challenge I think you can get in this game, period. Even more than what I just did now, because you'll probably be dying in one hit to a lot of things. But, Heart Hunt, I really appreciate what you've done with your projects here. I really am glad that you took the time to take your hard type hack and to make it more into the original recipe. So I'm going to call this Mega Man X Raw Crispy. I know that sounds terrible, but stick with me here. It's basically just a spicy version of Mega Man X, and I appreciate every little bit of that. So thank you for your time and effort. And I might try to see if I can beat your hard type hack, but from my experiences so far, oof, it's beating me raw right now, and it's not good in terms of, like, me possibly doing anything with that, but we'll see. And for future projects, we're going to be doing ActRaiser 2, because that is unfinished business, guys. We need to beat that game. I started on it, and god, we need to finish it. So I'm going to go back to rebooting it up and just replaying through all that game yet again. And then for this series, yeah, X5 is our next game whenever we return to it. And X5, we have lots of things to say about it. And yes, Sigma, you're involved, and you kind of pissed me off in that game especially. So if you like this video, please give the thumbs up. Please provide any comments, complaints, opinions, etc. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and adios.